Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 274. It is, whatever it is today, Thursday morning. Got home pretty early this morning. Tired, exhausted, emotionally, mentally tired, and just ready for a break, and there's no break coming. So I guess a bunch of people are talking online about the threats to me and all that. Guys, in politics, that's a normal thing. This happened 4 years ago with more specific threats directly to me, all because I was trying to do the right thing. And there's a certain part of the political spectrum that resort to violence for everything. They're like little children that when they don't get what they want, they go straight to violence. And we have to stay above that and keep doing the right things. And obviously we protect ourselves. We make sure we have the tools that we need in case anything bad happens. And I carried a gun for 20 years, but I don't now, obviously. I go across borders, I go to casinos, I go to courthouses, I go to banks, I go to schools, so it doesn't make a lot of sense. But being aware of your surroundings is a big thing, and just paying attention is such a big thing. I've left a casino before and turned around and gone back in because there was something suspicious outside or a threat outside, and I've actually had security walk me out, even though I can take care of myself. But it's better to have two people than one, or to stay in the casino if you're worried about it. And the same situation goes to a situation like this. I never wanted to be in the political field, but I found out that most people don't, and they all criticize the people who are there, but they don't want to do it themselves. They don't want to make a change themselves. And I got to a point where I knew something had to happen, and there were a lot of people behind me, but like 5 steps behind me, right? Like, okay, if something happens to you, we're behind you, but we're going to be way back here behind you, but we support you. Good luck out there. And a lot of people have reached out to me the last couple days, and to my wife, and thanked me for everything that I've done, and asked that I don't stop. And I haven't decided, I guess. I really don't want it. I never wanted to do it, but who knows what'll happen. So last night on my way home, I was trying to figure out what to do today. And I've been really in a position where everywhere I go, eyes are on me. And the potential to make money is so much lower because of it. And the decision I made was, I'm going to start traveling. But am I going to start traveling every day? How often am I going to travel? Where am I going to go? How often am I going to be away from home? How big am I going to play? And those are questions that I'm working on now. I'm definitely going to be in Vegas on November 10th. I'll get there early morning, like 7 a.m., 6 a.m., something like that. And I'll be there till the 13th. I'll leave evening of the 13th. I'll be using sick days at work. I've already told my manager that. He understands. I got like 188 hours of sick pay coming and like 8 hours of vacation time. So we're going to use our sick time whenever we can and try to get more money if we can. But if I'm going to be traveling, then I'm going to be flying somewhere, most likely. The nearest casino to me right now is about 4 hours, and then 5 hours, and then about 6 hours, and then about 8 hours. And I'm talking about casinos that I can actually go to and make money. Now, there are casinos within that range that I can go to without any problem, but they're small. There's not a lot of potential. It doesn't make a lot of sense to drive 5 hours to make $30. So I think what's going to happen is we're going to do Vegas, we're going to do Denver, we're going to do some central U.S. stuff, and I'm thinking I'm going to hit a certain region 3 or 4 times, and then I'm going to make a decision probably to buy a cheap car there, 3, 4, or 5,000, and leave it in a garage, rent a garage close to the airport, and just take an Uber to the garage and take my car and go around and hit casinos, fly back, and just do that potentially for a while. And I don't like to fly, but whatever we got to do, let's do it. But I'm trying to identify the places that are going to be the most possible money. And hopefully my theory in Vegas is right. And if it is, it may be Vegas every week, which sounds very exhausting to me. But if I can go to Vegas like 3 days or 4 days, once a week or once every 2 weeks, and make all the money I need, then why go anywhere else? And here's what I'm worried about, and I haven't said it to my wife yet, and I haven't said it to anybody yet, but I hate to say it, but this is a possibility. Right before COVID, I remember saying, I hope these darn casinos shut down, they steal everybody's money and all this. And this was, 3 or 4 months before, I think, it was like maybe a year before I started playing as an Advantage player. And then we had COVID, and the casinos shut down right when I was starting to finally make money off casinos instead of playing minus EV games all the time. And it shut down and screwed everything up. And then when they reopened, then, they had time to analyze stuff. And, when I came back, then it was an issue, and eventually got backed off 3 months later. So what I'm worried about is this. This game that I'm talking about that has this potential is disappearing. It used to be in a lot of places around the country, like hundreds of casinos around the country. And now it's only found probably in, I'm going to estimate 30. I only know of 6 or 7, maybe 10 I know of. But I'm going to estimate there's 30 because I haven't looked at every single casino. And they're disappearing. They're going to continue to disappear because the makers of the game no longer exist. So the inventor of the game no longer is licensing the game, except to the people that already have it, and once it's gone there, it's gone. And what I'm worried about with this government shutdown is they're going to limit flights, which they talked about yesterday, limiting flights by 10%. And eventually, it's going to be harder and harder for me to even fly to these games. And hopefully the government shutdown ends soon. But right now, the over-under seems to be between the end of November and early December. So hopefully that doesn't happen, because if that happens, it's going to be the same situation as what happened with COVID, and that would be really unfortunate. So that's why I have to try to strike while the iron's hot. And while I know something, hopefully I'm right. And anyway, we're 9 minutes into this episode, and I haven't done anything or gone anywhere. And I think there's a reason for that. I can't figure out where to go. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay local. I'm going to go play some slots. I might actually travel to another place not too far away, play slots there like less than 100 miles away, and then come back and go to the poker club. Meanwhile, I'll be playing also online, play some pot limit Omaha online, like 10 cent, 20 cent, or 20 cent, 40 cent, and really try to get some hands under my belt and get better at it. And go from there. So right now I'm going to head to my closest casino and see what I can do about making some money there, and then we're going to head to the next closest casino, which is like 80-90 miles from there, and then we'll try to get to the poker club and play some poker today. So that's what's going on right now. Today's a really nice day outside. It looked like it was going to be super cold, but it's actually, well, I guess it's 36 degrees, but it doesn't feel like it because the sun is shining. It's nice and warm, no wind. The high today is 57, no chance of rain, so it's going to be a sunny day all day. We're going to take our time and try to make money, and one step at a time try to get better, and get ready for our Vegas trip, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back, and just leaving this first stop, and it was okay. At first I wasn't finding any plays, and I found 2 minor plays and lost money on both of them. And then I found one other play, which was one of these plays that was like, people talk about it's a play, but people aren't 100% sure, and I watched some videos on it, and so I thought, I played it in Denver. It worked out okay in Denver. I was going to give it a shot, so I played it, and actually went really well. Got really good variance on it, and ended up, I was down like maybe like 112 or 115 before that, and I ended up leaving that machine plus 345 overall. So plus 345 at that place, and yeah, I got to go meet someone here in a little bit. I have half a cow that I bought that I'm waiting for that to be ready, but they need $1,000 toward that. I think the total is going to be like 1,600, which is not bad, because I forget the total amount of meat. I think it was like 900 pounds. We'd be getting like half of that, like 480 pounds maybe. Let's call it 500 pounds for about 1,500. So that includes steaks, that includes everything. So I think that's really good. We need that refill, and so I'll be dropping off that 1,000 here in a little while. Right now I'm going to take care of some personal other business, then we're going to head to the bank, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back, and so I spent a little bit of time here, since the poker club isn't open yet. I spent a little bit of time playing online, and I did end up going to 3 banks to get boxes of pennies. So who knew a month ago that it would be this bad? I went to the first bank, and she's like, I said, I need to get a box of pennies, and she said, sorry, we only give them to businesses. I said, I have a business. I said, I have this business. I put the card on the table. This business, or this business. Which one do you want to pick? Oh, okay, no problem. And she sold me a box of pennies. I go to the second one, and I had to deposit a check I had forgotten about. So I deposited the check. I said, and I also need a box of pennies. She said, well, you need to have a business. I'm like, well, I have a business. She goes, okay, let me ask. Are we allowed to sell pennies? Yeah, why not? So she sold me a box of pennies. So I go to the third one. I'm in the car. I had to start a meeting, and I'm going through the meeting, and I'm having trouble with my phone. By the way, I bought a new one yesterday. It's on the way. Hopefully that one will be good. So I had to take the SIM chip out and put it back in. Well, took it out, put it back in, didn't work. Took it out again. It fell out between the seats and under my car seat. Only with me, guys. Only with me. So I get it. I put it back in. Didn't work. I put it in my old phone. That worked. That got me through my meeting. Then I switched it back over to my new phone. Everything seems to be okay and working fine now. And I go into the bank. So I go in, and the lady is in a really bad, nasty mood. And the guy in front of me is trying to get something notarized, and she refuses to notarize it because she wants to know an exact detail that has nothing to do with what she's notarizing. And the guy told her, no, I'm not going to do that. That's not important to you. What's important is I'm selling this car, and all the signatures are here and everything. Anyway, she ended up refusing, and he ended up leaving. So he went to his truck to figure something out. So I'm like, this is going to be fun. I walk up, I said, I need to get a box of pennies. She said, we don't sell boxes of pennies. I said, what do you mean? She said, well, you have to have a business. I said, well, I have plenty of businesses. Which card do you want? And she's like, well, I can only sell you $5 worth. I said, that's fine. I can also get it at my local bank, too. She said, oh, you want to go to your local bank instead? I said, no. I said, that's very rude of you to say that. I just said that my local bank has that also. She said, well, you're being rude. I said, all I said was, my local bank has pennies, too. And she gave me $5 worth, and I was on my way. But very interesting people. Do you want to live your life as one of those people, or do you want to live your life as a happy person, looking forward to the future, positivity, and all that kind of stuff? It's a big deal, and it's life-changing. I guarantee you, she's not a happy person at home. She's not a happy person anywhere, and it reflects it. You can see it in her demeanor, in her attitude, in her words, in her tone. And don't be that kind of person. Be the friendly kind of person. They got me to last for 5 years at a lot of these casinos when I was ripping them off for between $500 and $3,000 each every week. So, yeah. Anyway, we are heading to the poker club right now, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back, and just leaving the poker club. I was in there for 6 hours. It's actually dark outside right now, and I'm heading home, and it was quite a journey. Did I make some mistakes? Maybe. There were 2 big calls that I made that I thought I made the right decision, but both times it was a really unusual hand. One of them, there were 2 hearts on the flop, and I had pocket aces, queen high on the flop, turn blank, river blank, and he raises me like 150 on the river. But I bet the flop and the turn and the river, and then he re-raised me. He had called like 50 and 50, and then he pushed on the river with a flush draw, and he called me all the way through. So is that me being wrong for calling on the river, or him being wrong for going that far? I think, he kind of made the mistake there, but I'm probably wrong for sure. Well, I lost money on it, so definitely wrong there. And then there was a hand in particular I wanted to talk about, and let you guys hear about this hand. So this hand, the same guy, no, a different guy, he bets his usual like $12 or whatever. I raise it to 30, and he makes it like 55 or something like that, and I go all in. And for this hand, I only had, well, I guess I had a lot. I'm looking at, I didn't think I had a lot, but I'm looking at the picture right now. It looks like I had $232 on it, and I had pocket jacks with the jack of hearts. He had pocket aces with the ace of hearts, and so this was all pre-flop. The flop was 3 of diamonds, 9 of hearts, 8 of hearts. So now I still got, I've got an overpair, but he has a bigger overpair. The turn is a 10 of hearts, bringing in a flush draw for both of us. He has the ace high flush draw. I have the jack high flush draw. So the board is 9 of hearts, 8 of hearts, 10 of hearts. And the river is queen of hearts, bringing 4 to a flush on the board, and he has the ace of hearts. And they were going to push the pot to him, and I said, oh, wait, I've got a straight flush. So yeah, so I had a jack of hearts, and the board was 3 of diamonds, 9 of hearts, 8 of hearts, 10 of hearts, queen of hearts. So 1 card straight flush with my jacks, so I won that hand. I was in for a total of $600, and I cashed out for 408 for a total loss of $192. So that part was not the fun part, but I mean, I played my best. I also played online as well. I won about $150 playing low limit, pot limit Omaha online, like 20, 50, 50 a dollar, stuff like that. Pot limit Omaha. So that's good. It's hard for me really to enjoy the game because it's so slow compared to what I've been doing for so long. But obviously, what I'm doing right now is not working. I'm not in a position to keep doing what I'm doing unless I travel a lot. So it's good to try to build a skill. So that's that. Now, my friend, great guy, who I'm going to meet in California, my friend Pete, texted me, and he is in, or I'm sorry, I'm going to meet him in Vegas. He's from California. He's going to be in Vegas the day after I get there, and we've never met before. We've known each other now for, I want to say, 4 years probably. I think we knew each other possibly before the podcast. I'm not positive. I'd have to look it up, but great guy. So we're going to meet out there, but I wanted to say something for him. I was just going to tell him personally when I was in Vegas, but I thought it would benefit everybody. It looks to me like Caesars has implemented something new to catch people like me and you. So, this is what it is. At one of the shops that I go to, they put in a new system for the cards, and they incorporated it in every slot machine, and they had to shut down the slot machine and download something, which took a couple hours, and then they restarted each slot machine in the whole casino. This was about 60 days ago. And recently I've been seeing some really weird errors, like money left in machine and some other errors, and I was trying to figure out what that meant. And I figured it out. I'm positive that this is what it is. So what they're doing is they are tracking the vouchers and the cards. So they're associating a voucher with a card. So you put in your voucher, you put in your card, you play it through, and then you cash out, and they know how much you made, right? Of course, you already knew that. That's not a big deal. But if you pull out the voucher, and if you pull out your card and you keep on playing, and you finish out a play like some people do, so you have something that's must hit by 500 is $499.98. You pull out your card, you push it a few more times, you hit the 500. It looks like you lost $400 and something chasing and never got it, but in actuality you made $50 because you pulled your card out and they don't know it. Well, with this new system, they're going to know it because they're associating the voucher with your card. So when you pull out your card, they still know that that's you. So, way around it, as well as a possible way that they could get around it. Way around it would be cash out your ticket, take out your player's card, put in a new bill, new $50, $100 bill, $20 bill, whatever it is, and finish out the play. Then they're not going to know it's you, as long as it's not a W-2, right? How could they get around it? Well, I really feel that they could easily do that with facial recognition. Now, do they really want to do that and put the hard work into it? I doubt it. Maybe as the cameras get cheaper later on, they'll do that. But they could easily incorporate a facial recognition camera in the slot machine and associate that with you. And then whether you're playing with or without a card, then they would know it's you. And it doesn't even matter if you use your player's card because they know it's you. So I can see that happening one day very easily with as fast as technology is moving and how cheap things are getting. I could easily see that happening. But if you're playing at a Caesars, I don't know which ones have it, which ones don't. The one that I saw that I think has it Has a new, it used to be one big screen. Now it kind of like has a little logo on the left side. And I think that is the hint that it's on there. I'll try to take a picture of it next time and let you guys see it, but just be really careful with that stuff. We don't know what's coming. We don't know if all these machines are going away or not. Personally, I don't feel like they're going away because they take some out and then they put some new ones in. And although some of the newer ones are more tricky and have even more variants, people like us crave variants. We like variants because the other people will lose a whole lot of money in order to have a big payout. Now, sometimes, like certain machines, the payouts have been reduced as well. They've reduced to RTP. They have more variants, but even with the more variants, you're not getting as much money as you were before. Very possible, but I wanted to mention that. Hopefully that's helpful to you guys. If you know anything about it, let me know. If you work for Caesars, let me know. If you know anything about this technology, let me know. But I will be meeting Pete in Las Vegas, hopefully, God willing, on the 11th, and should have a good time. Definitely going to buy him a nice dinner. When I'll never forget it, because I hardly knew the guy. But when I was hurt and stuck in bed and couldn't walk and was in tons of pain, he called me and he prayed with me and he talked to me and he gave me motivation. And every time I sink into a bad mood, bad whatever, he is there to motivate me, and I appreciate it. He's a really good guy, and he doesn't even need to mess with me. You know what I mean? He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need to count cards. He doesn't need to do slots. But he's a good guy at heart, and he's a caring guy, and I appreciate it. So, anyway. All right, guys. Right now, we're heading home. And what did I eat today? Was that today? I don't even know, man. Did I have Chipotle today again? I think I did. Did I have Chipotle? I feel like I had Chipotle today. Let me think here. Where would I go? I went down there, and then I went to the bank, and then to the other bank. Did I not eat today? I think maybe I didn't eat today. Actually, I think the Chipotle was yesterday, and I don't think I ate today. Do I have a Chipotle bag in here? I do not. So yeah, I did not eat today. So, about 7 p.m. right now, we're going to go home and have some breakfast. And we'll catch up more tomorrow. As far as what I ate, nothing. What did I tip today? Today I tipped, I believe, either $14 or $15, $1 for each hand I won. So let's say 15 hands over 6 hours. So that's a lot of patience that I had today. I'm proud of that. And I guess that's what I learned today. Patience is really important in this game. Also, in the past, I've played other games, like just games on my Android phone, and those have kept me from playing too many hands and getting too loose. Today, I was actually playing Pot Limit Omaha, which between playing 4 cards with Pot Limit online and playing No Limit live, and people's conversations and stuff around me, that kept me on my toes, and so that I think that was helpful. And then I also saw this guy who used to be a tenant of mine, and who moved out because actually he went to jail. His girlfriend beat him up, and when he held her back because she was beating him up, she told the police that he grabbed her arms. And when the police came, they said, did you grab her arms? And he said, yeah, because she was hitting me. And they called that assault, and they took them both to jail. And he wasn't there to pay his rent, and I evicted him. And then he was shocked when he got out of jail about 6 months later, and I didn't keep his stuff for him. And then I saw him at the poker club about a year ago, maybe. And he was kind of aggressive at first, but now he's very friendly with me. We've seen each other probably a couple times in the last year. And he came in and sat down, talked to me, and we had some back and forth, but he was extremely high, and he smelled very bad from that nasty marijuana. And I couldn't understand a lot of what he was saying because he was mumbling a lot. But talked to him for a while too. That kind of kept me busy trying to listen to him, play my online, and an active hand. That could get a little bit too much. But anyway, for now, I'm going to let you go. We'll catch up tomorrow. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com. mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.